gonna go at 7.
No worries. I
Yeah.
was just on the phone with them. We were dealing with some business stuff when it comes to Parapost.
Oh,
So
okay. All right, got you.
we're changing the look of the site. So within inside the site. So to make it more friendly, to make it more user friendly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if I mentioned my site Parapost. Um, it's doing well. It's doing extremely well. 3 months up, and we're getting about 12,000 views a month.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're doing extremely well. So I always recommend to people if you want to broadcast something out or if you want to showcase your channel, you want to do it on our site because it's getting a lot of views.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. And hey, Gavin, how you doing? Yeah, I'm gonna do that though because that's what I need though.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, we can always bring you. We can always bring you on our show
Okay, I mean that's. I mean, I would love that. I would love,
through the. I have a show that's called Through the Lens.
okay.
Last week we had somebody on our show, and it got them 200 subscribers.
Wow.
So that show is doing extremely well right now. It's not necessarily the live that's bringing in a lot of people; it's the replays that is bringing in the people. So, but we go live on YouTube and Facebook, so that really helps a lot. So on my group page, I if I do a show, it's on my group page. It gets about 300 views. So
That's pretty good.
yeah,
That's good. You know. I mean, when you definitely trying to build your platform up anyway.
yeah, that is for sure. It's not easy. I can tell you that much right now, and
Right.
it's getting more and more difficult. Let me put it this way: I have a video on TikTok that got almost 400,000 views.
On TikTok.
TikTok, yeah. And then I got the same video on Facebook. It's at 103,000 views.
Wow.
On YouTube, 38.
What?
And
That's ridiculous though. That's
this is
ridiculous.
what I'm talking about. People don't understand. YouTube's a joke.
It
It
is.
really is.
It is. And TikToks be putting up numbers.
Well, Jesus, they have 800 million people on their platform. I think you should get some good numbers.
Right. They've been putting up numbers though.
800 million might be a little extreme, but I know they have hundreds of millions.
Right.
So, but YouTube is falling apart. And now they're taking away views. They're taking away subs.
That's
It's like it's just nuts.
yeah, it
Really is.
is. I mean, just because the stuff that they take you
Like I had one video, it's a short. It had 38 views. 38 views. It's a short.
through.
Today, 6 views got taken away.
Crazy.
like like it's just a short. Like I don't care, but
Right,
you
right.
know,
It's just hey
it's
Blackwater Media, yeah, it's crazy though, man, when they do that, you know what I mean? It's crazy, you know. And then I guess you got so many platforms out on YouTube though. You
like
got
I got a good friend. He's with my group. He's with my paranormal group. He does behind the scenes stuff, and
mm,
he's got a channel called Tuber Chat. I
mm,
don't know if you're familiar with it. It's a YouTube channel if you want to go over and helps build your channel. So he gets people meeting other people to help build, and even that way, when you're getting subscribers from that way, they get taken away from you,
yes,
or you're getting subscribers to your channel, but then they take away a bunch if they're dead users, if they
right.
haven't been watching your videos, you know.
That's
So
my friend Blackwater said that content creators are migrating away from YouTube and creating their own platform, and that's probably the best move.
yeah, I agree. And you know what? Like Parapost is doing extremely well right now, And we're trying to get people over to Parapost. It's a community. It's social. There's no friggin' ads. There's no drama. There's no friggin' bots. All those things. It's just doing extremely well.
And that's good.
And we're happy. Me and Mike are happy. But it's funny that you're from Maryland, because Mike lives in Maryland. I think that's a riot.
Right. Yeah. That's, that's what's up, though. Have you ever heard about that Goatman Bridge here in Maryland?
Yes, I have actually. Mike spoke to me a little bit about it, not very much, but he's been there, I believe, and he hasn't really experienced anything there.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Yeah.
Then they got one in Texas though, and I guess the legend is they hung a guy off the bridge down there, and when you go down there at certain times, you can hear hoofs walking on the bridge.
Oh, really? Well, we have a bridge. We have a bridge here that I've investigated about 5 times, and there's really no activity. There's a little bit of activity on top of the bridge, but the more when you go under the bridge, that's where all the activity is. And I actually had a medium look at this bridge, and she actually thinks there's a portal there, and that's why there's so many spirits there. But the problem is, there's one spirit there, very negative, that's holding the spirits back from going through the portal, and that's why there's so many spirits there. The place is crazy. Like, as soon as you walk down there, you get this feeling in your stomach, like something's there, and you kind of feel sick to your stomach a little bit, and then in the first couple of minutes you're there, you're capturing stuff on your microphone. Easy. I've captured so much there. I've even captured a shadow there. I could show you that picture.
Wow. Yeah,
I could actually show you that picture. Where is it? Let me show you that picture. It's actually really, really cool. Because I can share it. Where is it? Okay. Let me see if I can find it. It is a really, really cool picture. Let me just go into here. See all. Here it is. I'm going to show you this picture. I'm going to share the screen. Share screen. Share screen works best on your computer. Share screen. Okay. Window. Chrome tab. There it is. Okay, I'm going to show you this. This is really cool. Take a look at this.
Okay.
Can you see it?
Not yet.
Yeah, you gotta open it up.
But
I
on
can see on your end. Yeah, on your end. Yeah.
Hold up. Can y'all
Take a look right there in the center of the circle there. See it? Let me see if I can get it a little bit bigger.
I'll do that.
I'm going to try to get it a little bit bigger. No, it's not getting bigger. So you can see right here, right there.
Right here?
Right in the center of the circle.
Yeah, I see.
Right here. That's a shadow. That's an apparition.
Wow.
It is so cool. I want to see if I can try to get it a little bit bigger. Okay.
Is that a bridge over top of it?
Yeah, that's the bridge that I was talking about. There you go. There's a better view of it right there.
Yeah, I see it.
See that right there?
Yeah.
That is the apparition of, obviously, a spirit that looks like it's lying down on the rocks. And that's the bridge that I'm talking about right there. And it's really, 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 really scary place. One, because there's so much activity there, but there's something definitely demonic there, or not demonic, something negative. I don't think there's anything demonic there. So are we live right now?
Yeah, we live. We just waiting for people to get in the chat.
Okay.
I mean, they coming in though, but yeah, we live though. We just wait for more people on the chat. They saw the picture though.
Oh, well, that's good. I got some other stuff I can show them too. It's really cool.
Absolutely. That I
Some let me see some real good stuff that let me see what else I can show you guys. See, I don't want to show the YouTube channel because sometimes YouTube gets upset when you show other people's stuff on somebody else's channel.
yes.
Let me see. Oh, let me go here. Let me go to TikTok because TikTok, you can do that. TikTok is good. Cancel. Do I have my phone on me? Oh, yeah. Just open up. Look at my phone. Okay. Let me just go into here. Just going through my TikTok right now. And what is going on here? Okay. I can show you some stuff on my TikTok that's really, really super cool.
Okay.
Some great captures that I've caught.
Wow.
That your fans might be interested. Okay, which one is this?
See the thing about when I made my page and my group, I mean we don't just we cover paranormal and cryptids. So
Okay, so I'm going to show you something really cool. It's a video that I put up the other day. Okay, so I'm just going to share my screen here and let people listen. Okay, there we go. So there we go. Okay, so you just have to accept it. Yeah. Okay, so this one right here I just put up the other day. Now I'm going to tell you a little story about this. Okay, so this place is called the Streaming Tunnel. Okay, which is located about an hour from me. So there's three stories to this place. Okay, the first story is there was a girl that was unfortunately sexually assaulted and then she was killed, and her body was set on fire to cover up any evidence. Okay. The second story is the parents were going through a nasty divorce, and the father set the house on fire, and his little girl was still in the home. Well, she got severely burnt. She ran down to the tunnel and ended up dying. That's another story. There's another story kind of similar to that about the daughter and the husband, and the father killed the daughter or something like that within the tunnel. Anyways, so this video right here, let me just go to it. Now, this video is incredible. And I'll tell you why. Is because nobody really knows the story about this place. Okay, they know about the three separate stories, but we got an answer that kind of tells us what happened here. And that's what's so cool about this video. Okay, I'll start it. Hopefully you guys can hear it. Let me just turn it up a little bit.
Did you die in this tunnel? The story is the husband and wife were going through a nasty divorce, and the ex-husband, or soon-to-be ex-husband, burned down the house. And unfortunately, the girl was still in the house when the fire was going on. She got severely burned, came down to this tunnel, and died. That's another story.
I heard.
Did you die in this tunnel?
I heard it.
Now, if you hear that, let me just turn this off. Now, if you hear that, and what it said was burnt from home.
Yeah, I heard that. You can
which
hear.
validates the story of the father setting the place on fire and her running down to the tunnel and dying because she was burnt from home.
Wow.
Yeah, it's definitely crazy. Let's see what else I can find you here. Now, this one is cool. I'm going to play this last one. This one is really cool. Now, we're at an abandoned prison. Okay. And I ask a question. We're in a certain part of the prison where it looked like they played movies in this prison because there was a stage, there was a room near the back of this room, and looked like a projector room where they had the camera and filming or shooting the movie out of. Okay, so I ask a question. Did you watch movies in here? Watch the response.
Okay. Listen, y'all.
Did you watch movies in here? Definitely. That was definitely.
That's crazy.
Did you watch movies in here?
You can hear that.
Definitely.
You got that?
Definitely. You can hear that.
Was that crazy or what?
That's crazy. That's creepy.
That was off the if people in your room that don't know what I was using, it's called an SB7. And basically what an SB7 is, it's a little transistor radio, and it can go forward and backwards in the frequencies of the radio stations that are obviously in the air. And what they say is spirits can manipulate frequencies, and that's why they're able to talk through the box. And that's basically what it did. If you want, I could show you one more.
Okay.
Since we have a little bit, since we're getting some people in the room here. Okay, so let me see. Okay, this one's pretty crazy too. Okay, so this is an abandoned church. Okay, and this abandoned church, I just stumbled upon with somebody else that I was with. We found this abandoned church, and we know something's in this church. I've been there like 3 or 4 times, and I've always captured something either on the SB7, the microphone from the camera, or the necrophonic, or whatever I've been using. I've always caught something. But on this night, I was with my son's friend. His name is Jay, and he asked a couple of questions, and this is the response we got.
Are you stuck here? Do you want to leave?
Yes. I just heard yes.
Are you stuck here? Do you want to leave?
Yes. I just heard yes.
What do you think about that? Oh, he left. I lost him. I'm the only one here. I can't even see anybody, to be honest. I don't know where he went. And I can't even see anybody's. Oh, there we go. Now I can see people's comments. Okay. I lost him.
I'm back.
There he is. There he is. Okay, I lost you there for a minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so your fans seem to be liking this stuff. So I'll show them one more.
Okay.
And they seem to be liking it a lot. And let's see what else. Okay, so I'm going to show you this one. Okay, so this is from 2 different cameras. Okay, one is my regular camera that I film with, and then it's a camera phone, because I was doing a live on TikTok. Now there's a piano in this church. Okay, so Jay was kind of asking if he could play the piano, and listen to the response.
Okay.
Right? You mind if I play it? Would that provoke you? Oh.
So this is from the camera phone now.
You mind if I play it? Would that provoke you? Yeah.
Oh,
God, creepy.
that is one of the that is one of my best. Like I've had a lot of captures on the SB7. I really have. I've done extremely well with the SB7, but some of them are just so clear that you go, "Oh my God, did it just say that?" It's like it's absolutely incredible. And there's so many that I have. Okay, I'm gonna play you one more.
Okay.
Okay, and this one is really, really cool. Okay, so I got to make sure I play the right one. Um, uh, this, if I can find it. Okay, this is it. So I'll tell you the story about Ghost Road. If there's people from in if there's people in Canada from around Ontario, they'll know about Ghost Road. Ghost Road is basically a guy that died on a motorcycle, and he still supposedly haunts this road. Now, what's important about this rock is the story goes that he either hit the rock and then hit the fence, or hit the fence and then hit the rock, but he ended up dying. So I was there with my buddy Rob, and we asked the question because Rob's light, his flashlight, was turned on. He didn't turn it on, it got turned on. And then I asked this question.
For the boys, but how did this come on? This wasn't on.
Your light just came on?
It came on by itself. That's weird. I never turned that on.
Wow. That's
Weird.
That's interesting, eh?
That's weird. I never turned that on. My light just came on all by itself.
Did you turn on Rob's light? That was just something there.
Yeah.
Did you turn on Rob's light? Did you turn on Rob's light?
You heard it. It said sure did.
Yep.
I heard it. They in
Clear
here.
as day.
They in here, Brian. So you ready? You can get
Yeah, I'm ready for sure.
started and talk about.
You can get rid of this screen if you want.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. There you go. I hope people enjoyed that.
So you can first of all tell us a little bio about yourself and how you got into this and how long you've been doing it. And
Yeah, sure. Well, when I've been into the paranormal for, gosh, ever since I was a kid. I discovered as a kid I had, how do I put this? I could see things other kids couldn't see. Like I would be like walking along the street or something like that, and I would see something, and then I would say something to my friend or somebody who was there, and they said, well, they couldn't see anything. So I knew I was different from other kids because I could see things other kids couldn't see. So as I got a little bit older, I guess I had my first experience of being touched when I was about 15 years old. I had a buddy that his grandmother passed away. And about 3 weeks after she passed away, I went down to his place to see how he was doing and how his family was doing. So we ended up going downstairs to his bedroom, and I was sitting on his bed. He was sitting across from me on his chair by his desk. And all of a sudden I felt what felt like to be a hand touch my wrist. And then I felt a head on my shoulder, what felt like to be a head. And it lasted for about 30 seconds and it was gone. Now, if anybody's watches paranormal or if they're into the paranormal and stuff like that, most people will tell you that when you get touched by a spirit, it feels like it's cold. It's got that cold sensation. In this particular case, it wasn't. It was very, very warm, and it felt very, very loving. It lasted for about 30 seconds and then it was gone. What's the strange thing about this is I was saying to my buddy, something is touching me. He goes, what are you talking about? He thought I was crazy. I go, dude, something's touching me right now. Then I look to my side and there's an actual indent in the bed, like somebody was sitting beside me. And so, like I said, it lasted for about 30 seconds and then it was gone. Now, the funny thing about this is when his grandmother was alive, she used to do that to me all the time. So we figured it was his grandmother that did that. It was gone. It lasted for about 30 seconds and then it disappeared. So it's just one of those things where, oh, he's gone again. I guess I can continue. Just one of those things that it was my very first encounter with being touched. And I knew I was different from other kids. So I really was interested in pursuing that and finding out what I had. I've discovered that I am a sensitive, and I've just had a passion for the paranormal since I guess I was 9 years old. And so I guess about 9 years ago, that's when I had my very first investigation. And I had a friend that knew a group of local investigators. I went out with them, and I am talking to myself. I know you guys are in the room, but he's disappeared. I don't know where he went. So, yeah, everyone keeps asking him questions. Okay. So are they asking him questions in the, how are they doing? They ask him in the live or? Anyway, so I will continue. I have my own talk show, so I kind of do this all the time anyways. But yeah, so then my very first experience of paranormal investigating was about 9 years ago. And it was just a very scary first time investigation because I was investigating a house, and the house had something demonic in it. And you keep on disappearing on me, Marvin. What's going on?
To the bathroom. I apologize.
No, that's okay. So, yeah, so my very first experience was with something demonic in this house. And I knew what I was dealing with as soon as I got in the front door, because let me explain how I see something, okay? So when I see something spirit-wise, if it's a spirit, just a regular spirit or just a spirit, no negativity or not demonic, it's usually a black mass. I don't see facial features, and I can't hear them, but I can see them. Okay, so usually it's a black mass. When it's something demonic, it's usually black, but it's translucent smoke, and it's usually moving very, very slowly when it's something demonic. Now, I will let people know that I've probably only seen about 4 or 5 demonic encounters, and probably since I was 15. So all these people on YouTube that are saying that they're seeing something demonic every single week, not the truth. It's definitely not the truth. Demonic is very, 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 very rare. Now, you might have something that's negative and very pissed off, but it's not necessarily demonic. So, and that's what people get mixed up with. I think demonic is used way too often, and it's not necessarily demonic. It's something just very pissed off or negative. So, but yeah, that's when I first encountered my first demonic. Well, my first demonic was when I was about 18, but I experienced something demonic on this investigation. And I didn't want to stay, to be honest, because it felt like it was looking at me the whole time. And I wanted to leave. We ended up being there for 2 or 3 hours. And what people have to understand, that there was a lot going on in this house. There was stuff being thrown, people getting scratched, all kinds of things were happening. We ended up doing an investigation there, and they brought in a priest that didn't help, didn't do anything for the place. You see on TV a lot of times people bringing in priests. It's crap, people. It's crap. It's very difficult to get rid of something that's demonic. You're just not going to do it. And this family ended up leaving. So that's where I kind of got into the business about 9 years ago.
Right. Somebody wanted to know, have you ever heard footsteps like walking around you?
Yeah, of course, of course. I actually have a video up on YouTube and TikTok where I was in that church that I showed you guys in a video, and we had the still camera in this main room, and all of a sudden we heard this footsteps coming up to the camera. And what's really weird about this particular clip is that there's a carpet in this main area, but it's dry. It's completely dry. But when you hear the footsteps, it sounds like it's walking in a puddle.
What?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy. And the ground was completely dry. It's in a church. It's no holes in the ceiling, no nothing.
Right.
And it was just very, very weird. But yes, I've heard plenty of footsteps and plenty of EVPs. I've been touched several times.
Marquetta wanted to know, have you ever seen flashes of bright light?
Have I ever seen flashes of bright light?
Or
I think,
light?
what's that? Say again?
Have you ever seen flashes of bright light? Because she said she's seen bright lights or a flash of light.
I've seen a flash of light, but I've never actually seen a bright light that stays there. No, I haven't seen that, but I've seen flashes of light. Yeah, for sure. And that could be several different things. Sometimes I know most people say that you can't see orbs unless you're seeing them on your camera, which obviously is untrue because you can see them with your eye, depending on how powerful that ball of energy is. With most people knowing that orbs are basically balls of energy of spirits trying to manifest into an actual apparition.
So how many places have you like basically investigated and doing in the field that you in? I mean, like pyramids of churches, graveyards. Do you go anywhere?
Yeah, but I tend to go to places that are well, I've gone to so many places, to be honest. I can't even remember how many places I've been to because I've been doing this for a long time, right? So I would say in the last year, I would say that I've done probably 40 places.
Wow.
Yeah, about 40 places. Yeah. But I've gone to several places several times too, right?
Mhm.
I've gone to one place and I've gone back like 2 or 3 times. So like the church, I've been back like 4 times, 5 times. The bridge, I've been there like 6 times. And it's just the reason why I go back to some of these places so many times is because I just feel like I can capture more evidence. And I find that if I go back and go back and go back, I'm going to capture more and more and more, which is the church has been great because when I first went there, we caught a little bit, but I've gone back several times and I've caught a lot more. I even have a clip up on YouTube that I caught because the piano's in that room, I caught the piano being played in that room. It played one note and it was great.
Go ahead, finish.
No, it was great. Oh, and I'm done. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Shasi want to know why when when you hear footsteps, why do they sound like they heavy when walking?
Oh, that's a good question. No, because it's a great question because sometimes they do sound heavy, but sometimes they sound very light too. So there could be several different reasons. I don't think anybody really knows the answer why you would hear what the reason is for taking footsteps. I don't think anybody really has an answer for that. I think it's just them trying to get known, them trying to be noticed.
Right.
And sometimes the footsteps do that. If they're not capturing your attention by them speaking, they're trying to find another way to get your attention. So that might be the reason why the footsteps.
Blackwater Media wanted to know. He said he wanted to know what do you think about all these paranormal TV shows? What's your take on it?
Yeah, I've been asked this question a lot, and I'll be honest with you. They're TV shows. Um, you got to keep in mind, TV shows want to stay on TV, so they have to boost ratings somehow. And faking evidence does that. It gets people on the edge of their seat. It keeps people interested and keeps people coming back for more. I'm not a big fan of a lot of the shows on paranormal on TV because a lot of them are fake, to be honest, or exaggerating, or like if you have a TV show, put this in perspective, okay? If you have a TV show, the person had asked that question, okay, and the producers and the directors or whoever's running the show saying, I need you to do something even better next week. What are you going to do? Like, honestly, what are you going to do? You're going to try to do something better. It might not be real, but you're going to try to do something better, but that's the point of that. And I'm not a big, I think I'm not going to get into names, but there is one big one that's been around for years that is known to be faking, and that's ZB. I don't think I have to say anything more than that.
Right.
Marvin, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So it's about ratings. It's all about ratings, and they have to do something. And if they don't, people are going to get bored and not watch their show, so,
Absolutely.
But the problem with that, this is where the problem lies, because as a real paranormal investigator, like I am, if I don't capture something within the first 15 or 20 minutes of an episode, people are leaving because I haven't captured anything yet. But that's real life. That's real.
It's funny that you say that, though, because I was listening to this podcast one time, and the guy who was on there, he kept saying that, man, I hate when these people keep saying that they know this and know this about a ghost and everything. He said, it was funny the way he said, well, her name was Susie and she died from a broken heart. He said, well, how the hell you know? How do you know she died from a broken heart? And I just laughed because I'm like, he actually right. How do you know?
Yeah.
Just crazy.
Yeah. And I see Blackwater Media said the Plumbers. I know who you're talking about. Yeah, they're bad too. They're bad also. And they seem like really, really nice guys. They really do. I'm sure they're great people. But again, it's most of the time it's faking. And you know what? Even when you watch their show, there's a lot of times they don't catch anything. They might catch a voice here and there, but if I were to pick out of any show that's, how do I say this? Anybody that's legitimate or is not faking as much would be them. Do you know who they are, Marvin?
Say that again.
Do you know who the Plumbers are?
No, I don't know who the Plumbers are.
Those you can say their name. It's not a big deal. It's the Ghost Hunters.
Gotcha.
They were on A&E, and then they went over to the Travel Network. I don't know where. I think they're back on the Travel Network again, or they're on Discovery Plus, I think. I don't get Discovery Plus in Canada, so. What does the guest think? All these yeah, I got that. Do you remember Paranormal State? I do remember Paranormal State, and I'll be honest, I like that show, but unfortunately, I found out that some of the stuff that he captured wasn't real either. So it was disappointing.
Right.
But I liked that show, to be honest. I liked him, but lately lately that guy. I don't know if anybody knows, but that guy's gotten himself in a lot of trouble recently. Stealing people's money, unfortunately.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So, like you said, though, they doing this. I guess they got to boost ratings in order to stay on.
Yeah, and that's it. And I understand. But the problem is with that is us real paranormal investigators struggle because we're not capturing something in the first 5 or 10 minutes, and
they catch it just like that. I'm like, come on now.
Now, there's a particular person on YouTube. I'm not going to say his name because I don't think that's fair. He's on YouTube.
Right.
Okay. If you watch any of his videos, in the first 4 to 6 minutes, something always happens. And there's a reason for that. The reason for that is it's because it's going to lure people in to continue watching his videos. He's very smart, but he's very fake.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but
Very
if
smart.
and some people might know who I'm talking about, and yeah, I'm telling you, in the first, if you know who I'm talking about, go to his videos, and always in the first 4 to 6 minutes, something always happens.
But he gonna capture something. And that's
What's that?
I saying you say he gonna capture something.
Yeah, I will give his initials. How about that?
Go ahead.
Okay, his initials are OG. See, Marquetta knows exactly who I'm talking about. Hey, listen, he seems like a really, really good guy, and he seems like a nice family man, but he's been known to fake his videos. There was even a video where supposedly a wire was seen holding a chair.
Okay.
So, yeah, but at the end of the day, people love him, and that's fine. He's entertaining, but just go under the understanding or impression when you go into the show that he's faking his videos. So, yeah, I always say this to people. Okay, the man has over 3 million subscribers. I understand that.
What?
But if he's such a great paranormal investigator, why is he never, ever invited to a Paracon?
You got a point there. You got a point.
You know why? It's because they know what he's doing to his videos. So, you know what? I'm not telling anybody not to go subscribe to him because he seems like a very nice man. He seems like a good family man. And but unfortunately, if you want to keep your subscribers coming back, you have to do certain things in order for that to happen.
You know what? Absolutely right. You're right.
Yeah. But unfortunately, that hurts us real paranormal investigators going out there trying to capture real evidence, because you can go to an abandoned building and you might not capture anything in the whole night.
Right.
But I will say I've been pretty lucky. Any place that I've gone to, I've captured at least one or more things. Any place that I've gone to. And I think that has a lot to do with me being a sensitive.
Right.
So I think that's a lot of the reasons why too. So what's this? 30 watching, but only 24 likes, man. Yeah, let's get up those likes.
Yeah. You could always make that known on.
This is the first time. You know what? I got the opportunity to talk to Marvin earlier today, and this is the first time I had the opportunity to talk to him. He seemed like a very nice guy. He asked me if I wanted to come up, and I said sure, no problem. He seems like a good person and a great guy, and I was more than happy to do it. And then on top of that, he's in Maryland, and my business partner is also in Maryland. So I think people in Maryland are good people.
Right. Thank you. Somebody, B. Moss wanted to know: have you ever dealt with demonic activity?
Yes. So I don't know if she was here earlier in the show, but I did talk about my first. Okay, my very first. Okay, let me talk about my very first experiences when I was about 18 years old. I used to live in a town about 45 minutes outside of Toronto. Okay, so that's where I live. I live in Toronto. So there was a famous house, and it was a house, but it looked more like a castle. But it was a house. But it was abandoned, and there used to be a rumor or rumors that were going on. This is before I went there. Something really, really bad in the house. Mm-hmm. And the typical stories. Oh, kids went in there and didn't come out and stuff like that, and which is probably untrue. But a couple of friends wanted to go down there.
Right.
and check it out and go inside. And I said, nah, I don't really want to go in to break into somebody's, yeah, that's abandoned, but it's still somebody's property. So they said, yeah, let's go. We're going to meet up with some friends, I guess. I said, sure. So we went down there. I already knew what I was going to encounter even before I got into the door.
Wow.
I walked in the door, and we walked in a couple of rooms, and we walked in this one big room, and there it was.
Wow.
It was demonic. I knew it was demonic right away because of like I said earlier, it's when I see demonic, it's black, but it's translucent and moves very, very slowly. And that's what I saw right away. And yeah, I said, guys, I'm not staying, because I saw it. I saw it right away. I said, I'm not staying here. And they go, well, we're going to stay for a while. And I left. And the thing, and I wish my friends would have left, because one of my friends who was there got scratched, and badly. And he got scratched badly, and they ended up leaving. But that was my very, very first encounter with something demonic. I'm glad I left. My buddy got scratched, and severely scratched, and so bad it was blood coming out of the scratch. And the stories were true. Now, I don't know if the stories were true that kids were disappearing, but there was something demonic in that house, and it's a very, very bad house. And that house is still there, actually, and nobody lives in it. It's still abandoned, and I wonder why. So,
Hey, what's up, Al?
well, you got somebody from Ireland.
Checking in. Wow. He said, Marquetta wanted to know, have you ever seen shadow people?
See, now that's a difficult question, because when I see something, it's usually looks like a shadow person, but it's different. Okay, it's a lot different. But are they referring to the Shadow Man?
Yeah, the
Because
shadow.
there is a famous story of the Shadow Man.
That black shadow. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. So I'm actually doing an investigation coming up that they're encountering possibly the Shadow Man. So I'm actually very, very, very. I'm looking forward to that investigation. But shadow people, there was a canal that I did. When was it? Probably 11 months ago, and I was just filming this canal, and I just had my camera pointed one way, and I left it there for a few minutes, and all of a sudden I captured a shadow going right across the camera. It was really, really cool, and it's really quick, but you see it. And yeah, but I've dealt with a lot of shadows and apparitions and stuff like that. Like I showed you that picture earlier of that shadow across the water, which was an incredible catch.
Right. Light walkers wanted to know, can you detect demonic possessions in people?
No, I don't. I think when somebody's being taken over by something, but I wouldn't want to say that I know. I've never really experienced it firsthand, so I've seen it on video, but I don't know if that was true or not. But I've never really seen it firsthand, so I don't know. I think demonic possessions are very, 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 very rare, and I don't think it happens very often. When you're watching stuff on TV and YouTube about a possession being taken over, right, and I question it. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say because you're not there, right?
Right.
It's hard to say if it's true or if it's not. So,
okay.
But I've never seen it firsthand. No.
Okay. All right. Somebody wanted to know.
Yeah, no worries.
He said, do you believe in, I guess it's called Zozo? Do you think he's an entity or entities that use this name? It's spelled Z-O-Z-O. I don't.
Yeah. You know what? I know of it. I don't know a lot about it. I've never really studied it. If it has anything to do with the jinn or it's similar to the jinn, yeah, that could be bad. That could be very bad.
Okay. Quetta wanted to know, have you ever experienced any black-eyed kids or
No, no, but I will tell you, the investigation that I'm doing or it's coming up soon. They have seen a child with black eyes.
Wow.
So, keeping in mind when you're dealing with a jinn or a shadow man, they've been known to transform into something else,
Oh,
to
yeah.
whatever they want.
Yeah,
So,
right.
that's them. That's basically them manipulating you or trying to draw you in by them changing. So, I will see if we're going to encounter that in the next few weeks. So like I said, I'm doing an investigation that they've seen it.
I want to know what those black-eyed kids are, you know, and they just seem creepy to me.
Well, you know what? You know how that story originated, right? Do you know the background of that story?
No, enlighten me.
Okay, well, the background of that, so it's like I don't know every word from word, but the background of that story, I forget the year, but there was a guy that was the first. I think it was out the southern part of the states that he saw. He was the first one that saw the black-eyed children, and he wrote a book about it. Now, keeping in mind too, he was drunk. So, yeah, I don't know. Again, it's one of those things where I'd have to see it. To really experience it and to really understand what it's about. But yeah, it was all generated from this guy that wrote a book about it because he was drunk and saw this black-eyed kid. I think it was two actually that he saw two black-eyed kids, and I don't know. And
they say they be in pairs too.
What's that?
They say they be in pairs. You know, they might go up to somebody's house and you got permission to come in. Tell them they can come in. They just can't come in. Like on some old vampire stuff.
I think again that's TV and movie stuff, right? So, yeah, I think things get to kind of out of hand sometimes. So Zozo is the spirit that haunts the Ouija boards. Well, again, I'm not a fan of the Ouija board. I don't use a Ouija board. I will never ever use a Ouija board. I think people misplay the Ouija board, and a lot of times they're bringing out stuff that they don't want to bring out, and it's just not a game that you should be playing if you're not experienced. So
I can believe that.
I
wouldn't want to play with it either.
No, I have no desire to play that at all. And I noticed a comment up above by Light Walkers. Demonic possessions are rare, and she is so right. Demonic possessions are very, 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 very rare. They hardly ever happen. And I know the famous one is Bob Mackey's, right? And that video is very, very famous of him being possessed. And I don't know. I'm on the fence about all that kind of stuff. I've experienced so much. And I'm just on the fence about all that stuff. I think it's made for TV, honestly.
Oh man,
and some people are not going to like this when I say this. I'm not a huge believer in sage either.
Oh, okay. Or that sage that they burn.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not a huge believer in that. I was told by several mediums sage is more of a calming down, but not getting rid of.
Gotcha.
So it feeds them, it calms them down, but you don't get rid of spirits or anything negative with sage. That's my belief. I know people are going to have different opinions about that, but I just don't believe in that. Again, I think it's made for TV, to be honest.
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%, though, Brian.
Yeah, thank you.
I've been in people's houses and they be like, who moved my sage? I'm like, sage? What you talking about? Them little sticks that they burn and stuff.
Yeah. The only thing I think the only thing it does, to be honest, the only thing it does is stink up your house.
Okay, I agree with that.
Yeah, I just don't, the exact same thing with salt. They say when a medium's telling you to put salt down around the exits and stuff like that, so spirits won't come back in. Come on.
B. Marcy,
Salt.
man, she said she believed that some demonic possessions are misdiagnosed as mental illness.
Let me read that. I always hear that.
Some demonic possessions are misdiagnosed as mental illness.
Well, that's interesting. Never heard anything. Well, I guess I have, but no, I don't think I. Again, I'm one of those people. I'm very simple. I think a lot of paranormal investigators get it mixed up with something negative, something that's very pissed off, compared to something demonic. Again, it's mixed up all the time, and the word is overused way too much. And I just don't think people encounter demonic entities like they say they do. I think it's more spirits that are just pissed off that don't want you there, and that's it.
Right.
I don't think it has anything to do with mental illness or anything like that. I've never heard that before.
Blackwater Media said there's a show, Travel Channel, where the medium recommends sage, salt, or incense on every episode.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't tend to watch a lot of mediums, but again, there's a famous medium that I'm sure everybody's heard of, and she was really the one that really created it big time on TV. And that was what's her name from New York? Is it New York or New Jersey? Long Island. Sorry, Long Island medium. She was really the one that really brought out the sage on TV. That she was using it all the time. I know other people have, but she was using it on every single show with that stupid feather. Like, come on, what are you doing? Like, seriously. So, again, it's one of those things where sage might do something, but I don't think it does what people say it does. That's my opinion. I've been doing this long enough, and I've been sensitive since I was about 9 years old. And anybody that's used sage around me, it's never ever worked. So.
Absolutely right. Have you ever dealt with haunted objects?
Haunted objects. No, I've done investigations where there's been haunted. Well, it's probably the same thing, but I've been in investigations that there was an object that was haunted. Yes, that to me, and people have asked me this in the past. That to me is something residual. It's not necessary. Yes, there's something attached to it, but usually not anything bad attached to it. Again, you see these haunted dolls that are demonic and stuff like that. That's crap, people. It's all crap. And I think when it comes to spoons or whatever, it's something residual most of the time. So and what that means is somebody that is past, but has a connection with that object. Yeah, you're right. Robert said sage is used for cooking. Anything else is silly. You are so right, my friend. You are so right. Yeah, in my videos, you'll never ever. Well, no, I had a medium on one season, and on YouTube, and she used sage a lot. And I always told her before, or after the show, I always told her, "Why do you use that stuff? It's crap." But she had part native Indian in her, so native Indians are big believers in sage. Huge believers in sage. I just don't. I'm just not a believer in it. Got a quiet moment. Awkward silence.
Oh, I'm waiting for somebody to if they had a question up here.
Okay.
Oh, I always wonder how. Oh no, that was what he said. I always wonder how sage would work. I give it a try. So how many I don't know, I guess Aboriginal spirits have you ever captured in the last year?
The Aboriginal?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never dealt with Aboriginal spirits.
Okay.
Never dealt with Aboriginal spirits.
Okay.
Of course, I'd love to.
Okay.
I'd love to, definitely. I think that would be. I got some friends that are Aboriginal. I have a friend that lives up in Saskatchewan. That's big in the Aboriginal community. My medium that worked with me on the second season on YouTube, she was part Native Indian, so I dealt with that a little bit, but nothing never anything Aboriginal in any of my investigations. No. But it's cool though. It's really cool.
Okay. So do you think that because I had asked you this earlier, and I guess you can get your I guess your point on it. Like cryptids and paranormal play a part.
And like I said earlier, I think cryptic, supernatural, UFOs, all those things fall under the same category of paranormal. That's how I classify it. I think it's all a mystery. It's all something. Yeah, I just think it's all under the same category, paranormal. I really do. When I think of paranormal, I also think of UFOs. When I think of paranormal, I think of cryptics also, supernatural. I think of all that stuff under the umbrella. My site that I have up, I have a social media site called Parapost Network, and it's a new social media site. It's been out for about 3 months. Anybody can join it. Enthusiast, supernatural, UFOs, cryptics, paranormal, and we always classify it under the same umbrella. So if you love UFOs, come to our site. If you love supernatural, come to our site. If you love cryptics, come to our site. We have it all on our site, and we feel very strongly that in a couple of years this will be the #1 site to go to for anything paranormal, anything cryptics, anything UFOs, supernatural. The site is doing extremely well right now, and like I said earlier, we're getting over 12,000 views a month right now. We've only been active for 3 months, so it's doing extremely well. So I will let you know that you can download it through iOS or Android. You type in Parapost Network, and it will come right up.
Perfect.
And right now we're in that area. We're the #1 search on Google. So we're doing extremely, extremely well. And it's free. It's free. It's just like a social media site. It's free. You know what? That's an excellent question, Blackwater. That's an excellent question. I love when people ask that question. I wish they would. I really, really wish they would. But the problem is, this is where the problem lies. Okay. And I feel strong about this, and I wish they would, because there's a lot of paranormal investigators out there that would love government funding to go out and do what they do, but they don't, because of these fakers that are on TV, the fakers that are on YouTube, that are really, really hurting us real paranormal investigators on getting scientists and the government to believe us. That's the problem. That is the problem right there. And that's a great question. It really is. And I wish they would take it more seriously. But unfortunately, somebody I mentioned earlier, that it's not helping our cause.
You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah.
Right about that.
It's the exact same thing for cryptics and supernatural and UFOs. We all know they exist, but there's people out there faking it. Now, well, it's a little bit different for cryptics and UFOs and stuff like that, but when it comes to the paranormal, but I don't know. It's people on YouTube and TV that are really hurting us.
Right. This I wanted to ask you. When we heard that first clip earlier,
yeah,
little girl that got burned up in the fire. What state did that happen in?
It happened. It's not a state. It's in Canada.
Oh,
It's in Ontario, and it's a very, very popular spot. And you know, it always puzzles me because we have top 10 locations in Canada, and I do not understand why that is not in the top 10. Because every single time I go there, and other people that have gone there, have always captured something. Always captured something. I've always captured something at that place. There was a question that I thought I was looking at. Have you had any spirits follow you home from any of the locations? Yes, I have. Simple, yes, I have. The church, again, that I've been to several times, I had a woman follow me home. And I ended up taking her back.
hold up.
What is that? I'm sorry. Tell him what to do, B. What is tell him what to do, B? What is that?
Then she say puppets. And she say cult is live, y'all.
Oh, okay.
I was talking
I
about
was yeah, I think yeah, we were just talking about something following me home. I had a woman follow me home, and she was a very sad woman. I actually had a medium on um, on stream that actually told me it was a woman. I knew it was a woman, and she actually talked to her, and she found out that she was very sad and very lonely, and yeah, kind of. It was a sad story.
wow, that's great. When you see these like spirits or whatever you want to call them, do you see the the facial features and all that?
No, I don't see facial features, and I don't hear them. Now, there's a reason for this, and I've been told what the reason is because I grew up in a family where they were non-believers. They thought all that stuff was fake and bullcrap, and it didn't exist. So I lived with that with a lot of my teen years, listening to the negativity. And for some reason, in the back of my head, every time I see something, that negativity pops up in my head. And mediums and spiritual guides believe the reason why I'm unable to hear them and see them, the facial features, is because of that negativity. And if I was able to lose that and get rid of it, I would probably be able to hear them and probably be able to see their facial features. I could probably open up more if I got rid of that negativity.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Let me see what's up.
You got some other people coming up? Is that what's going on?
No.
I thought you meant like other people coming up on the show.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Just waiting for I guess I'm waiting for if anybody had any questions.
Okay.
Always, I mean, sometimes I do miss some, so I'm gonna go back and see if I Oh, it was a question said that B was asking, do you remember Paranormal State?
Yes. We talked about that earlier. Yeah, and I said that guy's in the last couple of years, that guy's found himself in a little bit of trouble.
Okay, yeah.
I was actually interested to find out where he was because I actually used to like that show when I was younger, and obviously I was disappointed when I found out certain things. But I was interested to see what he was up to, and supposedly he's not doing well when it comes to. Yeah, I guess he was supposed to do a couple of shows and was selling tickets and never showed up to the show, but took all the money for the tickets.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and supposedly his mother was interviewed, and his mother's saying that he's done that a lot. He's taking people's money, and which is sad, but yeah. I think it all started when he got that DUI, right? That's when he really started going down the tubes.
Right.
But I think he lives in Buffalo, doesn't he? I think he lives in Rochester.
Oh, in Rochester, what, New York?
Yeah, I think he does.
Oh, okay. All right, okay, I got you. So um, so I know you were saying earlier when you going out on these investigations, I know you said a friend of yours that got scratched and drew blood. Have you ever been attacked when going on some of these locations?
Okay, so I don't know if anybody's heard of the streaming service. It's a lot like Netflix, but it's called Paraflix. Okay, and Paraflix is basically a streaming service like Netflix, but it's for the paranormal. So that's where I put a lot of my full videos now. What I do on my YouTube channel now, I put up clips from my past investigations, and I will eventually put up full videos again. But I did an investigation last November that's now on Paraflix, and it was in my first season. I was in a salon, a hair salon, if you can believe it, and we were doing a spirit box session or a voice recorder session. I can't recall which one. I think it was spirit box. And all of a sudden, I started coughing, and I couldn't breathe. And then all of a sudden, it felt like there was a hand around my throat, and it was choking me. And at that moment, we had to shut down. I ended up going to the basin and taking a drink, and so I was choked. I was choked, and I couldn't breathe, and it was very, very violent. But there was nothing demonic there. That's the thing. That's what surprises me. It was something that was very pissed off, that didn't want us there, and it choked me, and I couldn't breathe for like 30 seconds, 40 seconds. And you can actually see me coughing in the video, and my voice is actually changing in the video. And it was scary, but at the same time, when you're a paranormal investigator, you've been doing it a long time. Nothing really surprises me anymore.
Yeah, I know that's.
Of course, nothing really surprises me anymore in life anyway. So.
Right. I mean, but I know that's a scary situation, though. You know?
Yeah, it was scary at the moment, but it only lasted about 30 to 40 seconds, and then it was gone. But it made for an interesting video.
Right. So
yeah.
So like when it's I mean, I don't know what it's called, nothing like that, but I mean, when that's like when a spirit moves an object or something like that. Do that come from some type of energy or something when it can move an object?
Well, this is the interesting thing. When spirits move objects, or when they pick something up, or they roll a ball or something like that, I don't think people realize how much energy that takes. That takes a lot of energy for that to happen. Yeah, you'll see it in videos, and a lot of times you might see it move like a little bit and stuff like that, but it takes a lot of energy for them to do that. And they might be taking energy from you. They might be taking energy from maybe the equipment that you're using, or a camera that you're filming with, from the battery that they're draining. Because the reason they're doing that is because they want to manifest and show themselves, right, or say something, or move something, or something along those lines. So when you hear people say my battery's dead, well, that's some of the reason why, is because they're trying to manifest themselves. They're trying to speak. They're trying to move something. So that's why you get drained batteries all the time.
That brings me to the movie. When I looked at the movie Ghost with Patrick Swayze, in there. He couldn't do it. He kept trying to push it, and he couldn't do it though. So that's why I was asking about that question though. It would take a lot of energy.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind turning into a spirit and then, haunting a person like Demi Moore. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's why I asked that question though.
No, you know what? It's a good question. Really is.
I know it would take a lot of energy for one of them to move stuff, because I mean.
Yeah, I don't think people realize like when you ask something to move, like if you ask it to move a ball and then it doesn't move, you know why? Because it takes a lot of energy for them to do it. It really does. And it's not as easy. It's not as easy as people think it is. Like, just move that drawer, Okay. So
Marquetta asked a good question. She said, have you ever lost time on location?
No. And I'll tell you what, and I know people that have, But what I do when I'll tell people basically what I do. I've spoken to a few mediums about this, and they kind of train me on this, on how to protect myself from um, any of that stuff. Um, so it's like an invisible bubble that you're creating around yourself, and to protect yourself from anything attaching themselves to you or anything along those lines. So I really try to protect myself before I go into a location.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Ever since I had that thing follow me home. So that's when I really started focusing on protecting that bubble. Because honestly, I thought I was before, but because I had something follow me home, one of the mediums that I spoke to said, well, obviously you left something open because they were able to still follow you home. So
Oh,
yeah,
open. That's why. Okay.
yeah,
That's why they followed you. Okay.
yeah. So whatever I left open, whether it was the bottom of my feet or I left something open, my arm or my head or something, I left something open that they were able to attach themselves to me. But generally, most of the time, they don't follow you home. If you tell them to stay, don't follow us home, don't attach yourself to any of our equipment, they usually respect that. So
But sometimes they
don't.
they get mad a lot when you I guess invade their space or something.
Yeah, I guess they can. Yeah, sure. And that's why I think sometimes people mix up demonic and something pissed off, because they could be pissed off you're there. They could be tired of people coming in. They're tired of people asking them questions. That could happen. I don't know. I'm on the fence about a lot of what people say. I have my own opinions about certain things because of what I've experienced, and I only go by what I experienced, not necessarily what somebody else has said, what they've experienced. Until I experience myself, I'm kind of on the fence about it. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I just I have a lot of different opinions than a lot of other people. That's for sure.
Okay, that's what's up. So have you ever taken like anybody that you knew out on any of your investigations that ain't never been out and wanted to experience some of the things that you do?
Yeah, my are you talking about somebody that's maybe skeptic too?
Yeah,
I've had that, yeah, for sure. My buddy that was in the video with the Rock, he's a skeptic. He was a skeptic until he started coming out with me, and he started experiencing certain things. And it's funny, my editor that does my editing for my videos for Paraflix, he was a skeptic. Mm-hmm. He's one of those people that has to see it in order to believe it. And he was a big time skeptic. Well, I think I'm starting to change his mind because we're capturing a lot of things on video and recorder and the SB7, and he's changing his mind very slowly. But again, he would love to see one. Right. So yeah.
Nugi wanted to know what do you do to protect yourself? What method?
It's kind of like a it's hard to explain. It's kind of well, I can kind of explain. So basically, I had this medium guy that I was training a little bit with. He does a flower. So it's like a flower over top of you, and the flower is opening, and while it's opening, it's covering you and protecting every single piece of your body. I do more of a bubble, like a ball, and I pretend that ball is going over me and protecting and making a bigger ball that's protecting me. And I just go through a little bit like that. There's a few other things that I do that I'm going to keep to myself, but that's basically what I do. So I start with my head and work my way down to protect myself.
Okay, got you. That's good to know, though.
Yeah.
Always got a lot of skeptics, and really anything when people say they saw this or this thing.
You know what my feeling about skeptics are? Honestly, And I think a lot of paranormal investigators feel the same way. I'm not here to change anybody's mind on if they are a believer or not. I know what I capture. I know what I can do as a paranormal investigator and as a sensitive. And I go out there and capture that evidence, bring it back and show it to people. I'm not here to change people's mind. If you want to believe, believe. If you don't, what am I going to do? So, but I think my evidence, a lot of the evidence that I've captured, if you're not a believer right now, then you're never ever going to be a believer, because because I've captured so much great evidence. And there's a video. I would like to show you one video.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm going to show you one more video if I can find it. And what's great about this video, let me just find it. It is really, really, really good. And let me see if I can find it here. I know it's somewhere here. Okay. Okay, is this it? I believe this is it. Let me just check first. No, that's not it. That is a good one though. Okay, no, that's not it either. There is a really, really good one that I want to show you that I think is gonna. Okay, here it is. Now it's dark, okay, but this is more about listening, okay. So this is one at the streaming tunnels too, okay, and we walked away from the tunnel, and because part of the story is when I told you about the girl that died in the tunnel from the burnt house, or the house burning down, and she got severely burned and died in the tunnel. Well, we were the foundation is still there, and supposedly the energy coming off the foundation is crazy, and it's also haunted supposedly. So we were actually looking for the foundation, okay, and you're going to hear what happened. It's crazy. This was off the SB7, and I'm asking, where's the foundation? Is it behind me or is it in front of me? And you're going to hear what it says. Okay.
Okay.
Did I lose it? Oh, there. Where is it? I think this is it here. Now, did you guys see it? Marvin, did they see it?
No, it ain't come up yet.
Okay, let me just, let me do it again. Okay, sorry. Okay, here we go. There we go. Okay, so let me make sure I get the right one again. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, here it is. Okay, so again, this is more, it's a little bit dark, but you can hear it, okay? Here we go.
Which way do I go? Point me in the right direction. Do I go straight or behind me? The other side. What does that mean?
I heard that.
What does the other side mean? Which way do I go? Point me in the direction. Do I go straight or is it behind me? What does that mean?
Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
You know what? Like, and the incredible thing about that is, let me just get rid. The incredible thing about that is the foundation. It was on the other side of the road. We were on the wrong side of the road, so that's why it said the other side. So it's just incredible. It's just incredible stuff that changes your perspective on the paranormal. That's for sure. Thank you very much, Kingdom. That's thank you for the kind words. And Light Walkers is saying, great show, great guest, Marv.
Yeah, because I mean, I always wanted to get somebody on here that do paranormal stuff. So that's why I told you we cover everything. Somebody named Keith King said she was seeing them all the time, but her sister didn't believe her. So she recorded it off the TV. She believed her now. They set up more cameras and got it on into toy boxes and throwing out all the toys.
Yeah. Well, sometimes that's the only way that you can get somebody to believe, right? By filming it.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah. You can talk to you're blue in the face and saying, I have something paranormal in my home. But until you capture evidence on video and show people, nobody will believe you.
You're absolutely right. And that's the crazy part though, Brian.
Yep.
They always, like a person say, just like with the cryptic pictures and all that.
Yep.
Person know what they looking at, then they gonna know what it is. But people be like, man, that's pareidolia. Every picture come out is pareidolia. Everything can't be pareidolia, man.
Somebody said, oh yeah, that's for sure. I believe that too. Somebody said, read the comment before that one.
From Keith King.
I understand you got personal things and you know it works.
Can you elaborate?
Do you believe in God? That was a question from that Keith King. Is that the one you're referring to, Keith? Keith, do you believe in God?
And Keith said he gonna email me the video.
Okay, that's cool.
All right, I'm gonna put it right here.
So I'm going to tell you that I do believe in God. To answer that question, nothing else more than that. I do believe in God. Yes. I don't think I have to get in a long, drawn-out story about God. I think we all know. So I do believe in God. I do believe there's a higher power, and I do believe in all those things. Do you believe in doppelgangers? Yeah, I guess I do. Yep. After that, down more cool. Yeah. There's his email address.
Yeah. You say you're gonna send the video. The video. So
that's cool.
Get out.
I did an investigation last November. A woman was did the investigation. This was what I did in this investigation was there was 3 stores that we did an investigation. I did a collab with other investigators, other groups. I brought them on to do these investigations. So I got these 3 stores. They were all in a row in this town. And the stores were each encountering their own experiences. So the first store that we did was the Nook, and great store, great location. She had a male spirit and a female, and she also, I believe, there was a child too. But the reason the male spirit was there was because the previous owners, her brother committed suicide out in the back on a beam outside of the store. He was majorly depressed and committed suicide, and now he's roaming the store. We discovered that he's roaming the store. So very depressed, goes back and forth. I saw him as soon as I walked in the store. I saw him right away. And he just walks back and forth the whole time and confused. And not sure where he is, I don't think, but he's definitely there. So
he killed himself in the store?
No, he killed himself outside of the store, like 3 feet away from the store door.
So
okay, so
and he was out in the store.
Yeah, basically, yeah, and that's where he knew. He lived in the apartments above the store, actually.
Okay.
And the day before the night before he committed suicide, he had a party, and people couldn't figure out why he was giving away all his stuff. And he gave away all his stuff, and then the next morning he committed suicide right outside the store, and which is a really, really sad story, to be honest. A lot of times when you go into these investigations, a lot of times they are sad stories. You know what I mean? It's like somebody's died, or somebody's committed suicide, or somebody was killed. You know, and
that's just like the one with the father burned his daughter up in the fire. I mean,
yeah, exactly. It's mind blowing. It really is, and I don't understand why this happens, and I don't think we'll ever understand. But hopefully, when I go into a place, that I will get some answers, and maybe help them in some way, and that's what I try to do. So, yeah.
It's good. It's good what you're doing, though. I mean, might can't help them all, but you could definitely help some of them.
Yeah, and there's the one place that I would really, really like to help the spirits is Sewell's Bridge, because I know there's a lot of spirits there, and they're unable to go through that portal. And I would really like to get a medium out there. What's that?
That's in Ontario, too.
Yeah, I would really like to get a medium out there to help them cross, and because they are trapped, because something negative is holding them there, and not demonic, negative.
Right.
So I just want to make that clear.
Okay.
But I'd love to get a medium there just to help some of them cross over. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because a lot of times where, for example, that church video that I showed you guys, where Jay was asking, "Are you stuck here? Do you want to leave?" And both of them said yes. And my question is, why are they stuck there? That's the question.
Why what makes a spirit or whatever, trap? Why do they stay in one place? And that's just,
you know what? I think you'll hear a lot of people say a lot of different answers, but I don't think anybody really knows the real answer, and you hear a lot of people say it's unfinished business, or they committed suicide, and because they committed suicide, they're going to stay on this, on earth for eternity, or they were really, really bad in life.
Right.
I'm not, and people ask this question. If they do, I'm going to answer that question before you ask it. I'm not one who believes in hell. I'm just not. Okay. I don't believe that whole hell, they go down below and there's fire. I just don't believe in that. I think it's crap. Right. But I think they're unable to cross over and go where everybody wants to go. Right. And that's to heaven. Right. So I think if you're bad in life, I think if you commit suicide, redempt before you leave, I think you're going to stay on this earth for eternity. And that's what I believe in. A lot of people would argue with that. But I'm not on TV and I'm not trying to get ratings.
Right.
So, but I don't know. I just, I think if somebody were to kill, like, for example, if you're in jail and you've committed 20 murders, right, I think if you find yourself, or you find God and you redeem yourself, I think you will go and you will cross over. But if you don't do that and you stay angry until you die, I think this is where you're going to stay. That's my belief. And I don't think I'm far off. I don't think I'm far off at all. Some people have asked me, do you think you can cross them over if they've redeemed themselves when they've died? No, I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I think they might go somewhere else, meaning they might go to heaven, but they're at this level where me or you might be at this level.
I see what you're talking about now.
So there might be different levels, and that's what I believe in.
Yeah.
That's what I believe in. And like I've been with somebody that's been to a medium, and the medium actually said the exact same thing. Okay, your brother and your father are both passed, but your father's up here and your brother's down here. Now, why is that? Well, her brother wasn't so nice in life, but her father was. So I really think they're levels of where you're going. But I think if you're like super, super bad and you've done a lot of crappy things in your life, and I think this is where you stay.
Right. Like you saying, like some people said, some people be stuck in purgatory.
Yeah.
And I move on, something like that.
Yeah.
I got you. I got
But
you.
I think I believe that medium when she said there's different levels. I really truly believe that. I think there are different levels. So just like in life, right?
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely
So
right.
that Keith King sent that video, I think. I'm actually interested in seeing this video. If that's the video he's talking about, something about orbs or something like that.
He said he tried to send it. He said I tried to put up on the orb video from body cam, got flagged by
I'm assuming that's YouTube?
YouTube. I don't know what the T means.
No.
Got flagged by evidently they wouldn't let him do it.
Really? That's interesting.
Now he just sent me the he said I thought so too many others. Okay. I think he want me to his name Michael. This ain't the same name though. Cause Keith said he just sent the video. Hey Keith, where you send it to? My email or messenger?
I think he sent an email because he put his email address here. Oh no, this is somebody else.
I got it.
It's Keith. Yeah, okay.
I think I'm gonna see if it's gonna let me download it. He sent it though. Yeah, he sent it. I'm trying to see if it'll let me down. It's a body. Yes, it said on there. It said body cam orb. I don't know if you can see this. How do I get this on there?
Well, you would have to go on your. Are we on a laptop right now?
I'm on a computer.
Okay, so go to your computer, go to your email address, and where he downloaded it, and just download it to your computer, and then share it from your computer.
Okay. Really, shouldn't it be on my wait a minute, video file. Wait a minute, let me see something.
Let's show these people a
Video file.
and Cryptic and Paranormal Kingdom. No, I haven't. I haven't investigated the Goatman Bridge because I have not been in the States to do any investigations. I live in Canada, but I am getting to the States in the next little while to investigate locations out there, hopefully in North Carolina and New York in the next month. You find it?
No, I ain't found it. I pulled up the stuff that say recent application desktop downloads, creative clouds, iCloud Drive, desktop documents. I don't see my
It'd be in your email address, right? Before you you got to download it from your email address, right?
Okay, yeah, right.
Not from your phone, from your actual desktop.
Computer. Wow.
Yeah, the computer. You got to download it from there, and then once you download it, go into your folder, and you should find it in downloads.
Okay. I don't know what I'm gonna have to do. I'm gonna have to
Yeah, if you can just find the email that it came from, just open it, and then all you have to do is share your file from your StreamYard, and then you can play it.
yeah, that's what I was trying to do down here. Got all the things down here, but I just went to mail, but all right, that's my all right, this is my I'm trying to get on under my account, but I don't know what the hell I did. My rubber account right there.
Well, let's show them a video of Norbs from that store. I'm going to show you a video. Let me put it on pause here. This is cool. Okay, so I'm going to share this, and you just let it. I'm going to share this video. Okay. Where am I here? Window. Entire screen. Where am I? Oh, here it is. So Marvin,
Gotcha.
share that up. Should be on your StreamYard at the bottom. Okay, so this is I was just sent this the other day from that store I was telling you about. Okay, so watch on the right-hand side. Watch. There goes 1.
2.
Yeah. And watch this coming up. Now, the funny thing about this is this happens around every Halloween.
Wow.
This is really the only time she gets activity around Halloween. It's weird. It's really, really super weird why she only gets it around Halloween. Well, I know why it happens is because that's when they say it's the thinnest part of the year for the veil, right? So, but what's funny is, and you can't hear it right now in that video, but every time that happens, she has birds in the store, and the birds go crazy.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really, really interesting.
Did you ask a question that Cryptid and Paranormal can about? Did you ever investigate the Goatman Bridge?
No, I haven't been to there, but I will let people know. I know about that bridge, and I know people that have done YouTube's video about that bridge, and it's not as bad as people say it is. A lot of it's been made up.
Oh.
So, yeah. I'm not saying there's nothing there. I'm just saying people have exaggerated about that bridge. So.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But I am going to have to, what time is it? It's almost 9 o'clock. We've been online for almost 2 hours.
We've been on here almost 2 hours. We can shut it down though.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take off, but yeah, you know what, dude? Like anytime you want to ask me on, for sure, come on, or message me. I mean, I'll be more than happy to come on. Absolutely. And talk. Just anytime you want to message me. I think you're a great guy. I think your followers in this show have been wonderful. I will give you a little bit of a cheap plug, if I could. If you want to go over to my YouTube, it's Huntophobia, Huntophobia, Huntophobia.
Huntophobia.
Yeah. And yeah, that's my name, Huntophobia. Well, it's not my name, but it's my group name, Huntophobia. And now people are starting to call me the SB7 Whisperer. Because
It's called Huntophobia.
yeah, Huntophobia or BIA. Yeah, Huntophobia. It's a phobia. It's one word.
Okay, Hunt.
Hunt.
I got it. So I got to write it just like it is right here.
Yep.
And
Oh yeah, it's on the screen right here. Huntophobia, right there. Forgot I put it there. So if you guys want to go see that, that would be most appreciated. And you can find me on any other social network under Huntophobia. So, and if you guys want to go check out Parapost Network, which is basically paranormal, UFOs, cryptic, supernatural. If you have iOS or Android, you just type in Parapost Network and download the app. It's that simple.
Okay.
And
that'll work. Huntophobia. I want to check that out. I'm gonna go over there and check that out. And and anybody that's in my group would like to go over there and check it out. It's called Huntophobia. And tell them the other one again, Brian.
What's that?
Tell them the other one again.
Parapost Network.
Parapost Network.
Yeah, just type it in Google and you'll see it comes right up.
It's free, right?
Yeah, PARA Post Network.
Okay, all right.
Or parapost.net.
Parapost.net. All right, Brian, thanks for coming on, man.
Thanks, man. It was really great meeting you. I really enjoyed this.
Right.
And I think you got a bunch of great followers, and I think you're a great guy. And again, anytime you want to ask me on your show, go right ahead. I'm more than happy to come on.
All right, thanks. And don't forget, I'm gonna keep in contact about I was telling you about the panel that I'm gonna put together.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody in the chat, thanks for showing up and showing out, and I see all y'all on the next live. Good night.
Bye, guys.